Good morning, everybody. Charlie here with Red Summit RF. Today I am continuing my portable Morse Code Paddle series. So welcome back to those of you who have been following along, and thank you to those who are visiting here for the first time. Today's paddle that I will be reviewing is the UMPP1 Morse Code Paddle by my fellow CW Ops member, Peter, and his call sign is GM0EUL. Let me go ahead and read something from Peter on his website. Quote, "I set out to develop a miniature paddle that was at least as good as my beloved Palm Pico Paddle. Sadly, Palm Radio closed down and these are no longer available, but will forever remain an iconic paddle for the ultra lightweight portable operator." He says, he continues, "So the bar is set very high, and with this first release version of the UMPP, which stands for Ultra Miniature Precision Paddle, I believe I have achieved it." So I think that the bar is set pretty high. The Pico Palm is really kind of a good standard to go by. So let's go ahead and get over to the bench and see how it compares. At the time of this recording, Peter lists the cost of this paddle at $60 US, including shipping. As usual, since this is a overseas order, it will take a while to get to you, several weeks probably. Mine came in this square tin, and let me open it up. This tin is filled with this foam, and it also has this little notch cut in here for the paddle to rest in. Also included is an Allen wrench that you can use to adjust the paddle contacts. On Peter's website, he says that he uses high-quality precision bearings to support the arms of the paddle instead of using springs. He builds each of these paddles by hand using 3D printed components along with other small parts like bearings, magnets, and contact pins. The paddle's spacing can be adjusted by using this provided Allen wrench to turn the grub screws, and those little screws are going to be right in there. So you use the provided Allen wrench to adjust those, but I didn't see any way to adjust the tension on this paddle, and I believe I saw a video that might be a good idea for some of you who want to increase the tension. Peter has a YouTube video where he showed that it was a different paddle, but this is kind of the same idea. He put glued magnets on the outside of this, and that caused there to be more tension. I'm not sure if it will work on this one exactly. I have an email out to him to find out, and I'll put in the notes a yes or no whether that's going to be the way to do it. So it shipped with the spacing a little too wide for me, for my taste, and so I needed to put it in just a little bit, but there's how it goes. The weight of this paddle is actually 15 grams without the cable, compared to a Pico Palm at 16 grams. So this paddle is true to form, at least in weight as compared to the Pico Palm. And when I place the Pico Palm beside it, you can see that it is actually smaller. Some may like this, but some may feel it's a bit too small to operate with. So, look at that. It's about not quite half the size in length, and it's the same profile pretty much in height. So, that's how it compares. When it comes to mounting, like many other paddles out on the market, this one comes with magnets embedded in the bottom. You can kind of see where those were placed down in there. This allows you to attach the paddle to a metal surface such as your radio for stability. The magnet strength is sufficient, but not strong enough, not as strong, I should say, as other paddles I have reviewed. So it does have some good strength to it, but it's not like one of those, like the Chinese non-branded one. The agility of these paddles is good. The contacts will be a tiny bit noisy for some people, but I don't think most will be bothered by them. At least they didn't bother me. You can kind of hear them here. but I wouldn't describe them as exceptionally smooth either. But they are on the upper side of agility quality compared to other paddles. And unlike some of the other paddles, they're affordable. This one could definitely be used as your primary paddle for portable ops such as SOTA. As with most other paddles on the market, this one comes with a 3.5 millimeter jack there in the bottom. But also, like most, it does not come with an accompanying cable. I'll provide a link to Peter's website where you can order one of these if you are interested. Since the paddles are handmade, the purchase process is completed via email and PayPal, so it's not too complicated. But mine was shipped here it was packaged professionally and it arrived in the expected amount of time. So you can order either white or black versions when you do order one if you are interested in getting one of these. Now, let me go to the grading. I want to emphasize, as I always do, that these are my thoughts and others may have different thoughts or opinions about this paddle. This is how I feel about it, and so let me just jump right into the cost. As far as I'm concerned, this paddle is a very well-designed paddle and a good fit for summits on the air, even for a primary paddle. And what's more, the price is very affordable. I'm going to give the cost on this one an A. Durability, the paddle is made of 3D printed materials and some quality parts such as the bearings, but the contacts are made from a copper foil and may corrode over time. So for the durability, I'm going to give it a B. On the weight, the paddle is the lightest one that I've reviewed so far. It is an ultralight backpacker's dream come true for sure. But there really isn't any compromises you have to make in order to get that lightweight. So an A for the weight. Regarding size, it is quite small and compact, with the dimensions being slightly smaller than the Pico Palm. Some will love this small form factor, and others will probably think it's a little too small to be held in the hand. That's how I operate, is with it in my hand, and it is a little small, but I think I was happy with it. It didn't really bother me too much. So I'm going to give the size an A. As far as agility goes, it performed consistent throughout my field tests, and I did quite a few of them, and I had no issues sending with it. All the errors that I made I'm pretty sure, were errors that I made because of me, my personal errors. So I'm not going to say that it's quite as good as the Pico Palm, but it is pretty good. I'm going to give the agility a B. When it comes to customer service, it depends. Probably an A or a B. And really the only thing I have to grade this on is basically it came quick. There were no problems with it. Peter is really good and easy to work with. But I would say A if you are in a place where Peter is close to you, such as in the EU. But a B if you live outside the US, just because of all the shipping hassles we've been dealing with of late. The enclosure, I'm going to give it a pass. Remember, I'm not doing a grade. It's because it's really either a pass or a fail on whether it has an enclosure. The design is enclosed, so the inside will be protected from the elements. But even so, with all the paddles, I should remind everybody to be mindful to keep them out of the dirt and water in the field, because even with the enclosures, you can get stuff in there. And then you have to clean them, and it's a mess. Mounting, it does come with a mounting option of the magnets there on the bottom, but there's nothing spectacular or amazing there, so it's an average grade of a C. As far as beauty goes, there is some thought put into this design to make it look appealing, and it's not too bad of a looking paddle, so I will give it a B. So that wraps up my thoughts on this key or paddle. So let's go ahead and get it plugged into the radio and give it a test run. Okay, some of you may not know about the CW Hotline. It is a way to connect to your friends directly through the internet. You don't even have to use V-band if you don't want to. It's a kit that you can put together. It's pretty affordable. And so go ahead and check that out at hamradio.solutions if you are interested. It does come with a practice keyer or oscillator, and so I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of this key in action here. And I'm going to actually not hold it here. I'm going to put it down and just use my hand to put this down and give it a try. Okay guys, there you go. That is the UMPP paddle by Peter, GM0EUL. I feel like this paddle is a great paddle that would be for anybody who's doing summits on the air as a primary paddle. I feel like this is a good paddle for somebody who is wanting something that's a little less expensive. The paddle is in line with the Pico Palm as far as size and weight, but I would say it's not quite there as far as the agility, but pretty close. And so I want to say thank you to everybody who has been visiting the channel lately and showing support. I appreciate you dropping by and watching this video. I hope it's been helpful. Please come on back and visit again. And until next time, I'll say 73 to you guys. Bye-bye.